Hi guys, welcome to the first ever episode of Pixel Flicks, brought to you by the people who brought you the Movie Podders podcast, a podcast you've never heard of. I'm your host Brian, and with me is my good friend and co-host Ryan. How you doing, Ryan?
Aye, no bad. How's yourself?
I'm really good, but as obviously I wrote that little intro. It's not great, but I wrote it, and I realised like how basic our names are together. Like it just seems so silly. Like it's just that it's like we ran out of ideas.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, new podcast. We've done one together before. I was just going to say to the people who are listening, which is probably going to be me and yourself back, what we're going to be doing with the podcast over the next few episodes or whatever, or just however long this lasts. So each week or each bi-weekly, I think is how we're going to do it. We're going to be talking about movie news and video game news. We're also going to be talking about, and these are Ryan's words, not mine, juicy rumours. And there'll then be sort of like a main event, sort of each episode, where we'll mainly be focusing on movies and gaming, but we'll probably sprinkle in a little bit of TV in amongst all that as well.
Yeah.
And there can be a theme to that whatever we're doing for that particular like main topic, main event type thing. But yeah, how you doing? What you been up to since the New Year's came along?
Absolutely nothing at all. I would like to say exciting stuff. Oh, I got engaged, so I suppose that there is that. But
Very exciting.
Yes, very exciting indeed. But no, just glad to kind of get back into a bit of routine. The kids are all back to school, so I had my first day of peace today, which was very nice. What about yourself?
Chilling. My mum and dad were down visiting for a few days over Christmas and New Year. I went back to work today. That was my first day back at work, so that was kind of like just a bit there.
How'd it go?
It's fine. It's just work, innit? It's just what it is. So yeah, it was fine. I can't complain. My job's okay, so I can't really complain. But we're not here to talk about work. We're here to talk about movies and video games and all things entertainment. So we're going to start with some news, and we could have picked a better day to start a podcast about that's primarily about video games and movies, because last night it was announced that Helldivers 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn are going to be made into motion pictures. Obviously, covers both topics, both video games and movies. So any opinions on this? Excited? Apprehensive? Don't care? How do you feel about Helldivers 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn being made into motion pictures?
Interested, but I think as with all video game into movie adaptations, always a bit apprehensive. The very few actually make the cut, or very few are actually true good versions of what the source material is. So apprehensive in that sense, but I'm obviously quite excited. I think Helldivers 2 could be good, although again I think essentially we've probably already had Helldivers 2.
I was going to say this. It's surely Starship Troopers 2.
Yeah,
like it really is. I think it's interesting because I think more recently video game adaptations, whether it's movies or TV, are getting better. I think TV is a better route for video game adaptation than movies, because video games are quite long form, like whereas movies are obviously that condensed an hour. I'd say an hour and 30 minutes. Movies aren't never that short these days; they're always 2 hours plus. But it's just, I think they've got better. But yeah, like you said, the track record's poor, isn't it? I think recently we'll talk about this in a wee bit. The Last of Us. We'll come on to this in a minute. I think even the Sonic movies have done okay. I've seen the first 2. I've not seen the third one. They're fine. They're not. They are what they are. I can't think of anything that I've seen that's done down really well. I know Arcane is really popular. I've yet to watch that, but I understand that it's excellent, so I'll check it out at some point. Secret Level, I think, has been a bit of a mixed bag. Have you seen any Secret Level or know about it?
No, not caught any of that at all.
I watched a couple of episodes. I think I watched 4, and I was probably about 50-50 on them. So, look great, action's great, but there's not too much going on in my opinion. So yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. Do you have any? You've not played this, have you?
No, I don't know why. Like I'm quite interested in like the world that the game seems to exist in, but I've never played it. I don't know why it's never quite made it into like a playlist for me, but interested to see what they do with it because I think there's good lore there. I think just touching on what you were saying about how a lot of the gaming stuff seems to be a bit more suited to a longer form, like obviously like a series or whatever. I
Yeah,
think Horizon would maybe fall into that. I think Helldivers 2, you could get away with doing like just basically a Starship Troopers
yeah,
and having it a movie, but I think from what I probably understand, I think Horizon might be better for something like a 6-episode series or something like that.
yeah, 100% as well. I would agree with that. I think with Helldivers is like to me that's got the best chance of success out of the two of them, just because I mean, and this doesn't come. I mean, the whole internet talks about how Helldivers is like Starship Troopers. It got the potential to be a really funny film with lots of like decent action, so it could be quite an easy win if they sort of do it right.
Yeah.
I worry about Horizon Zero Dawn. I've played it and I like it. I don't love it the same way other people do. Like you said there, I like the idea of it. I like the idea of big giant metal dinosaurs, and I found the plot a bit confusing. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not clever enough to understand it, but it just felt a bit. I don't know. I'm not fully convinced they knew fully where they were going. Now I've not played Forbidden West yet. I do own it. And I do want to play it, so it's not like I was put off by playing the next game because I'm going to play it at some point. I just don't. My problem is it's just like, and I know they're different. It's very different. I love Jurassic Park, but there's only ever really been one really good Jurassic Park film and a couple of okay ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like even though it's set way in the future, and it's like metal dinosaurs, I just feel like you're going to have some of the same problems with it that those films do, like Jurassic Park has.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just not convinced it's going to be. Yeah, I'll wait and see. I'm a little apprehensive. I'm not sure it's going to be. I'll watch it, but I'm not sure it's going to be that good.
Always hopeful that these things
Yeah.
cross over well.
Next bit of news, an award show that I'm not sure anyone really cares about, but it's the beginning of that season, and it's the Golden Globes. The reason I brought this up is obviously it just happened. It just happened 2 nights ago. I wanted to point out that the Best Picture, and I went for drama, like because I don't like. For those who don't know, the Golden Globes has like splits everything into 2 categories. Like just talking about the movie side of things, like not talking about TV, but like you get. I think TV does it as well though. You get like Best Movie Drama and then Best Movie Comedy or a Musical, which just feels like a joke to me. Like it feels like a non-category.
Yeah.
Not that anything against comedies or musicals, I love them both, but like just have Best Picture. Like it shouldn't matter like what genre it is. So I've just looked at the drama stuff, and Best Picture, Best Performance, and Best Director was all won by The Brutalist, which is Adrian Brody for Best Performer, and Brady Corbett for Best Director. And then Best Female Performance was Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here, which is a Brazilian movie, I believe. Wasn't on my list to watch, but I'll put it on now just because if she's up for Best Actress and is winning awards, I like to try and watch as many of the ones that might win as possible before the Oscars come around. Any opinions? I don't know if you've looked at the Golden Globe list. Any opinions on it?
No, to be honest, I don't put too much value in award season.
Yeah,
because it's just like everything, I suppose. Like all kind of art is all subjective, and so I obviously I'll keep an eye on the Oscars, that like probably most people do, but no, I hadn't seen anything for that. I've not heard anything about The Brutalist. I've not seen anything for it, so I don't know. Do you have any information as to what type of film that is?
Do you know what? I don't. It's I've kind of like yourself. I used to always know what was coming up with what Oscar movies were the ones to watch beforehand. And I think over the last couple of years, I've probably fallen into the same category as you there is, where I really don't. Not that I don't care about it. Well, I kind of don't care about it. But what I mean is like, I like I like to see the things I like win. But if they don't, I don't care. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't. I think it's lost a lot of its credibility. I don't know if that's just among fans. I don't know if that. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know anything about the industry, so I'm not sure if people still care about it and that. But I think amongst the general viewers, I think people really care, and I think that's highlighted in the fact that when a Transformers movie or a Fast and the Furious movie comes out, like those are the movies everyone goes to see, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think as well, I can't remember what year it was. It was maybe I might be totally time might be slipping away from me, but I think maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, was it Coda or something? Won Best Picture, and
Yeah,
I never saw the film, but I can't remember what else it was out that year. But I remember thinking I've not heard anything of that about that film at all, and it just seemed like a really weird choice for me. But again, I'm not as immersed in these things as the people involved in making the decisions. But I think when you get things like that there's films that you can't maybe relate to, then
I think sometimes with the Oscars as well, though, or just the award shows in general, is that it's always the films that are quite safe that win.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Or like, are the ones that are target. I mean, if there's a good war film, then it feels like that's a shoe in a lot of years. Like, I think that's highlighted with what was it? What the one last year was it? Quiet in the Western Front that won last year. Quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm sure we'll talk more about awards as they come on. I think the SAG Awards. I feel like they seem to be a wee bit more. The other screen is that the Screenwriter Awards?
Yeah.
No, yeah. They seem to hold a wee bit more stock. Next thing we want to talk about is trailers, or at least two trailers specifically. Is The Last of Us Part 2 dropped a trailer this morning. Have you seen it, Ryan?
I have indeed, yes. I definitely had watched it well in advance of this recording to make sure I knew what was going on with it.
How do you feel about it?
It looks interesting. Again, the vibe kind of seems to be in keeping with what the first season was all about. Like the first season's one of my favourite seasons, or one of my favourite bits of TV. So I'm very excited for what's to come. Unfortunately, I've had what happens at the start of season 2. I think it'll be spoiled for me. But
yeah, so we won't go into spoilers on this. It's funny, just that you brought that up though. So fun enough, I had that spoiled for me before I played the second part of The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't ruin my experience at all. Maybe it did a little bit, like subconsciously, I don't know. But I didn't feel like it when I was playing it. I loved The Last of Us Part 2. It's quite a controversial game for some reason. People seem to love it or hate it for not just the thing that you're talking about, but other things that go on the game that I won't talk about. But I don't think that's how the TV show is going to go, though. If anything, I think the second season will finish with that.
Think so? Interesting.
Because I think that they're going to, from what I've read, they're doing maybe season 2 over 2 parts. Like,
really?
So that over 2 seasons, which makes sense in terms of the game. The second game's a much longer game, and so if you were only doing it like 8 episodes or 10 episodes, whatever the first season was, and put the same and only same amount of hours or whatever it was for each episode, you would be squeezing a lot in compared to what was in the first game. Do you know what I mean? So I think it would deserve. I think they're going to move. I think the storyline is going to stay true, pretty much same way the first one did, with a few changes. And I think they might just shift the timeline of things just a wee bit.
Interesting.
But yeah, I'm really excited. Like, obviously, like I say, Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey are coming back to play Joel and Ella respectively. Caitlin Deaver. Is it Deaver? I thought it was Denver. So it did for years. Is coming onto the show to play Abby. You've got Jeffrey Wright as Isaac Dixon. The Sephirites are going to be in it. There's a quick glimpse of them in the trailer as well, which is quite exciting. I love the trailer. Like I said, you've not played the second game, have you?
No.
Just some of the shots just feel like it just like, do you know when you see something and it instantly takes you back somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
And just some of the shots you've seen it just reminded me of like how I felt playing the game, and I'm buzzing for it. And like you, like the first Last of Us show, like even with the changes they made, I thought some of the changes they made were improved the story, which is quite unique. Do you know what I mean? I think the way they changed the way the fungus works. Tess's death in the first season, spoilers, but that's a couple of years old. Game's been out since 2013 and the TV show's been out for 2 years. Like the Frank and Bill story, like the fact that we actually met Frank this time, like whereas in the first game you don't meet him, he's just a name and a corpse by the time you do meet him. Do you know what I mean? So like just all that sort of stuff, I loved it. I thought it was great, and so I think it's in good hands. I'm really looking forward to it.
That Frank episode's like one of my favourite episodes of TV. I think I absolutely love that one.
It's brilliant. Like it's just it's crazy, and it's obviously kind of a bottle episode, I guess. It jumps about in time a little bit, but all set in their house and their little community not community, but like little village that Bill's created. Great, loved it. And I think it won an award the other year, didn't it, for best standalone episode on something. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it won something.
Nice. Yeah, no, very excited for this season.
So another trailer we want to look at is Marvel Rivals Season 1, a game which we've both been playing over the last few weeks. I believe they released this trailer yesterday, but they've also, I know they have released in for like extra trailers, like focusing on Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Have you seen this trailer, and what did you think of it? Or do you have any theories with it? Because there's not much to think about it, is there? Like, it's just a little cinematic.
Yeah, well, it's what looks like a Vampire Strange, from what I can see. Is that correct?
Also, I don't think it's strange. I think from my reading online, it's Dracula.
Is that right? Okay, I wasn't too sure. Looks good. Fantastic Four look good. I've seen a couple of bits of gameplay of Mr. Fantastic, so he looks like he'll be good. I saw a bit of Sue Storm as well. I've been really enjoying playing Rivals. It's knocked Fortnite off its perch at the moment in terms of game that kind of goes as my go-to just now. So really enjoying playing it, and looking forward to what they're going to be given. As I think I saw a clip for another character. I can't remember his name. You'll probably say it and I'll remember, but he looks like he kind of morphs into other people or can take different forms. Like I think I saw him changing into Ben Grimm and having a thing, Mr. Fantastic's arms. I think I saw somebody like that.
Isn't it Loki isn't that Loki's ultimate?
No, no. So he kept the look of the character. I'll Google it and when you're talking.
I'm not seeing this. I have no idea.
I'm sure I saw it on TikTok.
All right. I mean, I don't know. I can agree with everything you said. Like, I'm loving this game. I remember we spoke about it like probably a good wee bit before it came out, and we were just saying like, "Oh, I hope it's good. I just hope it's decent." Like, because I think there's always that worry with free, and I think with live service games in general. Like, look at Marvel Avengers came and went. Like Concord was out for 2 weeks, and it got scrapped. Suicide Squad that was out last year as well, from the makers of like the Batman Arkham games, which are incredible, and then you've got Suicide Squad that just failed again. They've stopped servicing that game. So like live service games, they're just like everyone wants one, but you just have to, I don't know, find that little secret that makes people want to come back and play it. And I think like Marvel Rivals is just fun. It feels quite balanced as well. We were talking about this as well. We never feel like, even if we play a couple of games and we get sort of like we're asses kicked, like you don't that by the time you play that third or fourth game, you're the one kicking the other team's ass. Or it's a nice evenly matched game where it could have went either way. So it feels quite good that way. Whereas like you jumped on other games like, and we don't play it anymore, but like Call of Duty or Warzone, you just feel like every night is full of sweats, and I'm too old to get good now, so like I can't be doing that.
Yeah, it's nicely balanced, and as you say, you have good games, you have bad games, you have games where you nick it at the death, and you have games where you're 99%, and then you get that overtime, and you somehow manage to lose it. There's like not a meta as such, and everybody's got like their own strengths and people that they enjoy playing as. So yeah, there's lots of good stuff going for the game, and then obviously it's kind of built on a game that was already a success in Overwatch, and it's just added in a popular IP and made it fun because everybody gets to play characters that they like and know and can kind of relate to in some sort of way. So ticks all the boxes, and obviously this trailer gives us a look as to what we're going to be getting. That character, I've sent you the video. It's the Maker is one of the people I think who's potentially been added. And
all right, I don't know it. Where did you send it?
I've sent it on TikTok. So yeah, basically, looks like he can kind of not morph. He can take talents from other people potentially, by the looks of it.
Cool.
So yeah, lots of characters coming.
Yeah, and obviously, I think we're getting Reed Richards and Sue Storm at the start of it, and then halfway through, I think we're getting Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm.
Oh, really?
Well.
Nice.
Yeah. So more to be revealed. So which is cool. Fantastic Four's great. Makes sense making them the first new heroes that we get with the movie coming out later this year as well. So I like it. Just a little theory I heard about the trailer. Obviously, it's Dracula, and you can tell that there's vampires. A lot of people think that, because I think people, when they saw the vampires or like bats and all that, were anticipating Blade this season. But then people are saying like they think the Fantastic Four, like the way the storyline will go is that they'll defeat Dracula, who's maybe keeping Blade captive, and then Blade will be in next season 2. Obviously, that's just people theorizing.
How do you think they're going to do it though? So just obviously, Marvel's got quite a large catalogue of characters. Like, do you think they're going to take some characters away because you're going to end up quite a bloated cast of characters to pick from? If you know what I mean. Like at the moment, you've already got quite a lot of playable characters.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it. I mean, to me, for me, it's different because we're quite casual when it comes to playing Marvel Rivals. Like we play a few hours a week. And there are some people who play it like it's the only game they play. I play other games as well. I play like a lot of times if I'm not on with friends, I'm playing single player. But I don't know. I'd kind of like them just to keep adding. I'd love them just to add loads of characters.
I really see. I would kind of like them to like vault certain people and then bring them back, just so that it's not.
I think one of the things they might do though is because like I think they've announced that like, do you know you've got the team up abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like apparently, I don't know if it'll be this season, but apparently at times they'll change as well. So, like at the moment, if you go Cloak and Dagger, you team up with Moon Knight, but maybe that will change, and Cloak and Dagger will team up with like I don't know Blade when he comes on, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And then which would then maybe encourage people to use different characters or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Hela and Hawkeye are getting debuffed though, which is
F Hela.
Yeah, when you play against a good one, it's not great. Cool. Let's have a wee look at the sort of main topic of the podcast. Because it's the beginning of the year, beginning of 2025, we thought we would discuss the movies we're excited for in 2025 and the games we're excited for in 2025. So we'll start with the movies first, Ryan. What movies... In fact, before we go into what movies, because I know we're going to be excited for or maybe not excited. Maybe I'm excited at least for some of them. You might not be as much. I don't know how you feel about these movies these days. Before we talk about other movies, we have our first entry for James Gunn's DC universe.
Yep.
And we kind of have the return of the MCU. And I know we had Deadpool and Wolverine last year, but it almost felt like as an MCU film, obviously no question about it, but it kind of felt like a little filler movie whilst they took a break for a year. And then we're coming back in with like 3 movies this year and like a load of TV shows. Are you excited for these movies? And is this the first year since maybe 2008 that you're more excited for a DC film than a Marvel film?
Definitely, yeah. This Superman's got my juices going. It's it's looking like they've got the feel right. It feels like a Superman movie. Obviously, with the trailer that we got, the music kind of touching on the original, the score that everybody knows, the Superman theme, but obviously with a bit more of a modern twist with the electric guitar. So, and then just overall feel of the movie, from what we picked up, looks really good. And I'm very excited to see what we get.
I think it looks great. And I saw someone say online, do you know the clip where he saves the wee girl from like the canisters? Someone just saying like, "Oh, it's so good to see them superheroes saving people."
Yeah,
and it's because we've kind of lost that a wee bit actually, and it's kind of something like I hadn't thought about really. I kind of got so wrapped up in the MCU, and I love the MCU. Like I'm not going to crap on it. Like I really enjoy it. I still, even post Endgame, it's not been as good, but I still like it. But it was so there is something really nice about that. Like, it kind of feels like it feels like Gunn's done a really good job of, and obviously it was only a 2-minute trailer, 2 minutes 30 seconds or whatever, of bringing it forward into what maybe superhero movies can be in 2025. But it feels like somehow still like Christopher Reeve's Superman films.
Yeah.
Like it has that kind of flavour about it, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm someone who's a defender of Man of Steel as well. I really like Man of Steel. I think it's really underrated. I understand people's problem with the how Superman's depicted in it in terms of especially how he deals with Zod at the end and all the rest of it. I personally don't have a problem with it. I'm okay to have different adaptations of characters, but I know like your DC and Superman purists, a lot of them really don't like it. But I'm looking forward to it. On the Marvel side of the 3 films that are coming out, you've got Thunderbolts, Captain America: Brave New World, and Fantastic Four. Any of them in particular that you're looking forward to?
Probably Fantastic Four the most. I think I'm hopeful but nervous. It's kind of like the roles have reversed a wee bit with them because that's the way I used to be with DC all the time. But yeah, I'm kind of hopeful but nervous about where the MCU's going. I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about the Captain America movie at all. I've not watched the trailer actually for that, but I've seen snippets, and yeah, I'm just not sure how I feel about that one in general. Thunderbolts, I'm actually looking forward to that because that just looks like a nice wee kind of Suicide Squad style.
I'm sure I read somewhere, and I might be making this up, but I'm sure I did read somewhere that it tested okay. Like people quite liked it.
Just gonna say, so I'm excited for, hopeful for that one, and hope it is as good as the old style MCU ones. And then Fantastic Four, for me, that's like the first one that feels like it's really kicking off probably what the revamped MCU is going to be like. Because it's a iconic Marvel family that they're kind of bringing into the mix that's been there for a while. So yeah, I'm hoping we're going to get some good things coming with them. But as I say, I'm nervous just because of the last phase wasn't the best at all.
Yeah, no, I probably agree with everything you said there. I think like I really hope Captain America's good. The TV show, there's a couple of episodes I thought were really good, but then the majority of it was pretty weak. And I know there was a lot of problems with that around COVID, and they had to remove one of the storylines because I think it was about like a virus or something that broke out. It was very similar to obviously what was going on in the world at that time, so they didn't want to I guess make that part of the plot, and you can tell that like you can when you know that information and you watch the episodes, you can kind of see like it's a bit messy, and then but I hope it's good. The original Captain America trilogy is my favorite trilogy in MCU. I love it. Thunderbolts, very optimistic. It's quite nice because I don't have really any expectations for it, so that's quite a nice feeling in itself. Like, so I can just go in, like, and try and enjoy it. Hopefully, Fantastic Four is the one that's like I'm most hopeful for, but I'm also most worried about because the Fantastic Four are great characters that have been a bit mistreated on the big screen a lot, and I actually have fond memories of the movies, the first two movies.
Yeah,
but I've not watched them for years, and I don't want to return to them just in case they're really bad, as bad as what everyone says. But the one that was out with
Josh Tranks,
pretty good cast as well. Like I remember we saw. I don't know if you remember, but we saw it together with Hoggy.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Hoggy going to a superhero film, but anyway, came with us. And I remember sitting in the cinema and literally thinking about maybe 45 minutes in, thinking, "This isn't that bad. Like it wasn't good, but I wasn't like I couldn't understand the hate." And then I have never seen a film fall off a cliff or dive off a cliff even so much in my life. The second half of that film is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, not great at all. Doom exploding people's heads and stuff like that. It was weird, wasn't it? Like, but anyway, I'm hopeful. I love Pedro. I think Vanessa Kirby's really good as well. I can't remember the name of the guy who plays the thing, but I've seen a few episodes of the Bear, and I really like him. And I don't know who's playing Johnny Storm. Sorry, I can't remember his name. I know he's in Gladiator 2. And so I'm hopeful as always. But setting superhero movies to the side, what other movies are you looking forward to in 2025?
Well, we kind of briefly spoke about it, but one of them, which was on my letterboxd for 2024, which was Mickey 17. I'm looking forward to that whenever it does eventually come out. There was a couple others. Minecraft, I think it's going to be terrible, but I'm kind of half interested to see what they come up with for that. I've never actually seen How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon, but
I've never seen them either.
The live action looks half decent. There's also 28 Years Later. Like I love 28 Days Later, and I thought 28 Weeks was not too bad, but
yeah, it's fine. It's all right. It's decent.
Yeah. But yeah, those are kind of ones. Jurassic World Rebirth, that's this year as well, I believe.
Yeah, with ScarJo in it, Scarlett Johansson, and so.
I'll always give dinosaurs a go. So
I always give Jurassic Park a go as well. Like I'm so longing for another Jurassic Park film that I love, and I love the first one. I've got a soft spot for The Lost World. I don't know if it's because I was young. I understand a lot of people think it's terrible. I love it. I remember the raptors in the long grass terrified me as a wee boy. I thought it was great scene. The only thing I don't like in The Lost World is the gymnastics. Like the wee lassie doing the gymnastics to fight the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah,
at the end.
It's
weird.
Yeah, it's not good.
No. Yeah, nice list there. I kind of agree with not Minecraft. I can't play Minecraft. It doesn't. Me and Minecraft don't get along. But I get why you're excited for it because it's like one of those things where like even if it's kind of bad, like you've played quite a lot of Minecraft, so like you'll get all the wee references and all the wee Easter eggs, and sometimes that's just quite nice, like seeing like other people enjoying the same thing as you.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I just don't even like the way the characters are dressed in it when I watch the trailer. I know that's stupid. I don't know it's a silly thing but I just think they look terrible. The characters don't look great at all. Like especially Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he's quite annoying looking in it. when I saw Jack Black in it as well, I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want him to be Steve, because he just looks like he's been Jack Black, which he seems to be in quite a lot of things at the moment. So, but again, as you say, it's maybe one of those things I'll watch and I'll get some wee laughs out of it because I've played the game for quite a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, like Mickey 17 as well. Like, I think Bong Joon-ho is one of those directors now where if he's releasing a film, I want to see it. Like,
definitely.
I've seen the trailer for this. The trailer was out before Christmas, and I think also if Robert Pattinson's in something as well,
I
think he's one of the best actors just in the world. I think he's incredible, and so I think you put the two of them together, I feel it's got to be good. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel it's got to be good. So yeah, things I've put on there: Odyssey, Nolan's next film.
Oh yeah,
and as always, like, it's pretty stacked cast, like Holland, Damon, Zendaya, Lupita. Who else is in it? Can't mind, but decent cast as always. And I'm quite pleased for Tom Holland. I feel like Tom Holland needs a better agent. I think he's quite talented. I like his Spider-Man films, but I think he's genuinely good. I think he must have a bad agent because he's picked some bad films, and so it'd be nice to see him in a. I imagine I'll like it. I'm a Nolan fanboy. I tend to like everything he does. So even the ones that maybe aren't as good, I still love watching them. I still get a lot out of them. Sinners, Ryan Coogler's next film with Michael B. Jordan. Have you seen the trailer for this?
No.
It's a period film. I think it's like vampires and stuff. It's kind of like horror vibes.
Interesting.
I think Coogler's brilliant. I loved Creed. I loved Black Panther. So I'm looking for. Oh, my voice went there. Did you? So I'm looking forward to that. What was it? What were we watching? Me and Amelia were watching something the other day, and somebody was talking and their voice went, and it was just like really funny. I don't know what it was now. I can't remember, but it was just like a TV show. And I think it was live, and so they couldn't like even edit it. It was just their voice went. It's like, that's so good. Then a couple other films, which I don't really know anything about, other than one's a remake. Edgar Wright's doing The Running Man.
Yeah, I just saw that on the list there. Yeah,
and I love Edgar Wright. I love the way he makes movies, and this year I've turned into like a Glenn Powell stan. Like, I watched Twisters and Hitman last year. I think he's fantastic in both. I think they're both great movies. Twisters just like a proper throwback action film. That's what it says in the tin. Like, I really enjoyed it, and Hitman's just a great film, a really fun film. Everyone should watch it if you've not seen it. And then The Bride by Maggie Gyllenhaal, which again, great cast, like Christian Bale, Jessie Buckley, our husband Peter Sarsgaard, and our brother Jake Gyllenhaal are in it as well. And it's like a remake of The Bride of Frankenstein, which I haven't seen. So hopefully that encourages me to watch that. Which one of the nice things about remakes at times is it encourages people to go back and watch things they've not seen. But that just with the cast, I'm really excited for that one. I like everyone in that. Penelope Cruz is in it as well. Like, it's like solid cast. And there's other stuff can't think at the top of my head, but there'll be more. And the nice thing is there'll be things that we don't know about yet that we'll get to watch as well. If you could only watch one film next year, Ryan, what would it be?
Superman. Yeah, I think Superman. Yeah.
I guess I'd have to watch Odyssey. I just cannot. I can't disobey Sir Christopher Nolan.
I know.
Superman's a great shout though. Like, it looks really good. I can't wait to see more about it. I hope it's good. DC is. I think the reason I want the DC films to be good more than anything is like, I've just had so many people shit on DC over the last years, and I don't think people realise how good DC actually is. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Like their characters and like the story, some of the comics and stuff. I think there's some great comic adaptations. I'm still got my fingers crossed that somehow they'll bring Cavill back and they'll do Red Sun just as a complete standalone film. I don't think it will happen, but I'd love that.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, cool. And so your list might be a bit shorter for this one, but any video games that you're excited for in 2025?
Yeah, games even that kind of I'm aware of and interested in when they come out. Only a few, but probably the main one I think is Grand Theft Auto 6. I think it's going to be potentially a game changer, and it kind of done it last time. Like I had GTA 5 when the PS3, so
Same here. Yeah.
Hopefully we can get a game that lasts as long as that. But just quickly, just a few others. Civ 7, I think it is.
Yeah. 7.
A fan of the Civ series, so looking forward to that. There was also a Dune game coming. Quite interesting.
Is that the MMO? Is it an MMO? Yeah.
It's called Dune Awakening.
I think it is. I think it's like the big online player, isn't it? Online game.
I'm not entirely sure, but from the very small amount I've seen of it, it looks fairly in keeping with the movie, and that was pretty amazing, I thought. So yeah, I wouldn't have access to this game unless I play it on PC. But Fable, when it comes out as well, I'm a fan of the Fable series, so that would also be something that makes a list for myself.
Well, Fable. So I was just like, obviously I have an Xbox, so, and I've got Game Pass, but obviously I don't know if you saw the adverts, because you're a PlayStation guy and a PC guy. You don't dabble with Xbox too much.
Nope.
But they released a trailer last year, like everything's an Xbox now. Did you see it? So
nope.
So the whole thing was just like, this is an Xbox, and it was your phone, and it was like, this is an Xbox, it was your PC, this is an Xbox, it was your TV. So like cloud gaming, so like you would be able to get like Xbox Game Pass on your PC, and even if you can't, even if your PC's not good enough to run it, because I think it'll be high specs this game, because I think the most recent game, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, a lot of people were struggling to play that on PC. Like you can stream it through the cloud now to play. If you've got decent internet, you'd be able to play it anyway. You could play it on your phone. Not that you would want to. You'd want to play it on a nice big screen, but yeah, all those games. Not so much Dune. I think Dune's a big online game. I struggle with them just because I feel like they're such massive commitments, and I don't know if I've got that in me. Just there's so many games I want to play. My list is huge.
Yeah.
Like I've not even put things on my list just because it was too big. Grand Theft Auto 6 is on there, obviously. I just think the whole world that likes gaming is going to be playing that game pretty much. I think it's going to be massive, especially if they get console online to anywhere near that the PC online was for GTA 5. I think it's just going to be crazy. Ghost of Yotei, loved the first Ghost of Tsushima. Death Stranding 2 on the beach, again, one of the best games I've ever played. Can't wait to play again. Play the second one. Fable I've got on there. Elden Ring Night Rain, kind of hoping you to have that on there because I'd like to play it with you. Do you know what Elden Ring Night Rain is?
Yeah, I have seen I saw the announcement and all that for it, but just I've still not played Shadow of Erdtree, so that's the only reason why that's probably Shadow of Erdtree's on my list for a game that's already out, I suppose.
I don't think you need to though, because I think it's kind of separate because it's an online multiplayer game. Elden Ring Night Rain. And a game I really look forward to that we've only got a cinematic for at the moment is Marvel 1943: Rise of Hydra. Obviously, we've talked about previous Marvel games. Marvel, not just Marvel games, superhero games are a bit hit or miss. Like I say, we spoke about Marvel Avengers, which I actually enjoyed the story part of the game, but the live service stuff is terrible, and that's why that game never lasted. But Marvel 1943 is by I think it's Amy Hemming, who is pretty much responsible for the Uncharted games, or is responsible for the Uncharted games, which are games I love, and so I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a great game, and it's just like it's set in like 1943. Obviously, it's Captain America and Black Panther fighting Nazis and Hydra. Like what more do you want for a video game? There's Split Fiction, which is a co-op game. The creators of Brothers and A Way Out and It Takes Two. coming back with Split Fiction. What's good about this as well, this only got announced in December and it's out in March, which is great, so I'll play that with Amelia. And then I've got South of Midnight, which is an Xbox exclusive. Then there's Expedition 33, and I've got Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater as well. There's so many games, I'm not going to be able to play them all, mainly because I can't afford to buy them all.
Yeah.
But I'll play as many as I can. Some of them are okay, like Fable and South of Midnight. They'll be on Xbox Game Pass. I know my Game Pass runs to at least March 2026, so that's cool. And there's some that I will back. Like the first three, Grand Theft Auto 6, Ghost of Yoti, and Death Stranding 2 on the beach. They'll be pre-orders. I will definitely get them. I don't know. There's too many games, Ryan. I don't know what to do.
Loads of games.
I love it. It's a single player. I don't know. It's quite an exciting year.
And we've still got like Fortnite and all that on the go as well. And
that's it. Well, that's it as well. That's what I was just going to say. Like, I'm kind of ready for a new season of Fortnite already. Did you see the katana's been unvaulted?
Oh no, I did not.
Nah, so that'll do.
Interesting.
But see, I think season one, I'm really, and I know we've spoken about it quite lengthily, quite a lot there. But season one of Marvel Rivals, I'm looking forward to that on Friday. I'm looking forward to playing it, new characters, new map, stuff like that. Hopefully, new game modes are going to get introduced during this season as well, which would be quite nice. So that's cool. And just anything else that we might not know about yet.
Yeah, we're good.
Cool. Do you have any movie or gaming goals for 2025?
No, I no longer have a Cineworld card, so but that won't stop me from watching up-to-date stuff. I will be watching them through other means as and when.
We do not support that on the podcast.
What? Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix is saw a trailer for a film that's coming on to Netflix quite soon, actually.
No, see as many new films as possible, and gaming. I don't know, to be honest. Try and kind of wean myself off Marvel Snap, to be honest, because I've been playing a boatload of that. I've been on that.
I've not played that for a few weeks now. Marvel Snap.
See, because I've not been sleeping. Like I've been like sitting for hours on my phone at night. Like I was top of the leaderboard for the weekly there, and I was like 3,000 points ahead of the next person.
Do you close your eyes and see Marvel Snap when you try to get to sleep?
I've been quite addicted to that. So, but no, I to be honest, not much more than that. Really, just enjoy gaming, have fun, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Gaming is just to play as many games as I can, like to finish as many games as I can. I've already finished 2 games this year. They're very short games. I've done Crash Bandicoot 2, and Inside, which is incredible. I don't know if you played Inside or,
nope.
or Limbo, which is by the same developer.
No.
They're just little puzzle 2D platformers. There's no combat or anything in them, but there is danger. You can't attack anyone, but things can attack you. They're little horror games, but they're not. It's not scary. It's just like kind of creepy vibe and weird. And Inside is one of the best little games I've ever played. So good, just great storytelling. The mechanics of the game were so sound. The sound design was excellent as well, and then just like I said, just weird. It just got so weird towards the end, and I loved it. Do you know, like sometimes when things get weird, you either fall off or you just embrace it, and I proper embraced it. I loved it.
Nice.
And I'm playing. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, just as many games as I can. I think I completed 16 games last year. One was a replay. I replayed the Elden Ring and got the platinum. And just as many as possible to finish. I just love playing games. So, movies. I didn't watch nearly as many movies as I wanted to last year. My total goal is 156 movies this year. Some people that's loads. Wow. For other people that's like chump change. Which is 3 movies a week, and it just means I'm not talking about at the cinema. I'm just mean just movies, and to go along with that, another goal for me is I want to watch more non-English speaking language films.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what else is it. I looked at the list. And I've not seen loads. I've seen a few. One of my favorite films, or a couple of my favorite films are non-English language speaking films. Like a recent one is Parasite, which in hindsight, maybe it's a bit basic because I feel like that's the one everyone's seen, but it's just incredible. But another film called Shoplifters, which is a Japanese movie, it's maybe my favorite film of all time. Absolutely love it. And so I wanted to watch more. And so I watched The Wailing the other day. I don't know if you've seen that, which is a Korean horror film.
No, I've not seen
Really
that.
good. Weird, really good, weird. The only thing that, my only critique of it is that the main character, at times I think his performance is a wee bit goofy compared to the other characters in the film. Like, they're so solid in it. Like, and sometimes I think, oh, you're just a wee bit goofy, mate. Like, just rein it in a wee bit. But like, there's it's about this, like, this stranger shows up in this little town in Korea, and then people start getting like ill. And at first you think it's like a zombie. You think they're turning into zombies, but they're not. And like, are people possessed? Is there ghosts or stuff? It's quite like, you're kind of like, the whole time you're wondering like, what is going on here. And then when it finishes, you're still kind of like, I don't know what I just watched. What happened? Like, but it's not selling it, but it's really good. I would recommend it.
Cool.
Yeah. So more non-speaking, non-English speaking language films is what I'd like to watch.
Nice.
So recommendations are very much welcome.
Yeah.
And that leads us to, what are we watching / playing just now, Ryan? What are you watching?
What am I watching? EastEnders.
Loves it, he does.
I'm trying to think. Actually, for TV or movie stuff, my mind has actually gone blank. Me and Charlene watched something the other day there, and I've just totally forgot what it was. So I'll try and come back to that. But
what was it about? And I'll try and guess it.
I can't even remember them. That's what I'm saying. It's just a total blank.
Oh my days.
I know.
You're gonna have to deal with this. People. Ryan likes to forget things.
From been watching From. It's a TV series, very Lost-like. Has one of the characters from Lost in it. Michael. He's the main character.
Good old Michael.
I know, but yeah, it's very good. The thing though I've said about it is I'm worried it's going to be like Lost and maybe lose its way. But it's a kind of horror based mystery show. So
cool.
Watching that, and as we've mentioned, the basically 3 games that I've been playing: Marvel Rivals, Marvel Snap, and then Fortnite. That's kind of the extent of the gaming that I've been doing recently, to be honest. Yourself?
Nice. Watching, so obviously I said I watched The Wailing. We also watched on the same day, we watched The Colour Purple, the 2023 one,
right,
which I thought was just a bit meh. Didn't really... There's some really good performances in it, but I just thought, I don't know, something about it just didn't land with me. I don't know. Like, the music was good, but it felt out of place at times, and so I don't know, I just felt a bit strange to me. But yeah, like I said, some really good performances. I think I'd like to watch the one, maybe the Spielberg one. I mean, I could probably get a better experience if I read the book, but I'm not much of a reader, right? I read books. I read books and get halfway through them, and then I'm like, do you know, like Homer Simpson when he's like, when he's looking for something, and a poodle walks past and he starts chasing it. Like, it's like what I'm like when I'm reading a book. Like, something shiny comes along and I'm just distracted.
Chase a squirrel round a tree.
Aye. And then me and Amelia just started watching Squid Game.
Oh, really?
Not seen it before. And it's quite good because I had in my head what I thought Squid Game was, and it's quite different from what I thought it was. Now I know it's going to get there, like to the games. Have you seen Squid Games?
I think I watched maybe half of it and then lost my way. Saw maybe like the first few rounds of games or whatever they did, and then I don't know why, but I stopped watching for some reason.
Yeah, so I won't spoil it. I know season 2's out just now, but it's not like, yeah, it's just different. The first 2 episodes have been so different from what I sort of anticipated, and I think I like it more for that, if that makes sense, because I guess my expectations were somewhere, and I kind of thought I knew what I was getting into, and it's been a little bit different, which is quite nice when that happens. And so I'm enjoying that so far. Only watched 2 episodes though. That's all I'm watching at the moment. We have booked for 4 movies at the weekend, which are Nosferatu, Saturday Night, which I think is about Saturday Night Live. What are the other two? Is it We Live in Time, the Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield film, and something else, the one with Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin.
Oh no, wait, no, not what I thought.
I need to know what that is now.
Nosferatu, I'm quite interested in seeing. I've heard good things.
Oh, A Real Pain is what we're going to see as well. Yeah, Nosferatu. I like Robert Edgar.
Yeah,
he's weird. I really liked The Lighthouse. I thought it was excellent.
I like The Witch, or the Double V Itch.
I've not seen that one. I've seen, is it the Northman, which
I never seen that.
Wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. So got some good bits. I think the pacing's a bit weird on it. But yeah, but I'm looking forward to that and playing. So I'm playing 4, I guess. Online Marvel Rivals mainly, with a little bit of Fortnite in the mix, and then I like to play when I'm playing single player. I tend to have like a handheld game on the go, and then a game I'll play when I'm actually sitting at my PlayStation or my Xbox. So when I'm sitting at my desk, I'm playing Stellar Blade at the moment, which is a sort of futuristic action game where you play as a sexy android woman.
Ew.
With some very I can never say that word. Prerogative. Is that the right word?
Promiscuous?
Provocative.
Provocative. There we go.
Fucking oh my days. English with Brian and Ryan. I can't say it. I actually can't say it. Anyway, she's got some revealing outfits. And then I bought a Portal. I bought a PlayStation Portal. And I'm playing the very first. You ever heard of the Sly Cooper games?
Can't say I have, no.
From back like in the PlayStation 2 era. I'm playing the first one of that. And it's really good actually. I quite like it. I mean, this is a bit dated. It's a platformer from like 2003 or something like that. So it's like 20 plus years old, but yeah, it's quite good. Yeah. But Stellar Blade is excellent. I'm liking it. I'm only about 7 or 8 hours in so far, but it's really good. And I think that's us, Ryan, for this episode.
Yes, sounds good. Been a good wee chat. It's been nice doing this. Like, obviously, as you mentioned at the start, we used to do a Movie Podders podcast, and it was always nice, like, just because I think even at that point, obviously, we didn't have COVID and all that, and we only really spoke to each other like through text or whatever, and it was a nice wee bit to catch up. And obviously, COVID changed a lot of that, and I think we still talk quite a lot through gaming anyway.
We play a lot of games together, don't we?
Yeah, so it's nice doing this type of thing for a wee change.
Yeah, 100%. It's good. We like talking about movies and video games, so we might as well record it whilst we're doing it. So a bit rusty today, guys. So it'll get better. Not much better, but it'll get better. You're going to have to do this bit, Ryan, because this is the bit where you tell everyone where they can follow us.
Oh no!
You set everything up, so I don't know what the @s are.
Yeah, well, basically, I think most of our handles on most of the kind of main platforms is Pixelflix Pod, so at Pixelflix Pod on X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, Spotify. If you want to contact us, again, give us a shout on X. Or we've got a Discord set up which you can join. We'll put a link in some sort of description or again on our X page where you can join in. Brian likes to like post news and whatnot, so I'm sure he'll fire stuff in there and we can all have a chat. And if we're in a game, we can maybe talk all together as well. So join the Discord. The link will be there somewhere and we can catch up through that as well.
Nice one. Cool. Well, guys, if you've listened, thanks very much. Like Ryan said, give us a follow on all said platforms, and we'll get the Discord. The Discord's just about ready to go live, I guess. Is that the right phrase?
Unleashed upon the world.
Unleashed. And then people can join that. That'd be cool. We can get chatting. We can get some ideas of what we can talk about on the podcast and stuff. That'd be really cool. Cool. Thanks for listening. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.